Hello and welcome to another episode of BakeoCraft. Oh baby, I didn't even have to edit that to make it look quick, which I was planning on having to do. Last episode, we made this hut, and I am really happy with it. The way it dips down into the floor a little bit, or the ground rather, to make it out to the dock. I'm also very happy with the dock. I think at some point I'm going to come back, probably once we have Silk Touch, so I'm not just wasting campfires, and rotate these 90 degrees so it looks more like we got beams going out and then beams going across, but it will do for now. And yeah, we did a pretty good job. I'm happy with it. We also did some detailing on this one right there. And yeah, between episodes, I threw down some cauldrons. Yes, cauldrons. Just I thought that would be something cool that the nomads would have to collect water when it rains, even though, you know, they got a river right there. So maybe that doesn't make the most sense, but at least they don't have to walk out at night to grab some water. It works, all right? I'm sure it would happen. We got those from the village where the iron golem killed us, in case you were wondering. I also did some more farming. As you can see, the wheat fields are stretching substantially farther than they were at the end of last episode, and we've also we've made some serious progress on the cow population. They've expanded the pen, and yeah, we've just been collecting, and we also resorted all of our stuff, so we have all our organics and our leather. We have our valuables and our drops, stuff that I don't know what else to do with. You also got the brewing station from the village, things from the ground, and things made of wood. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep, and we will get started on the episode. Okay, so one of the things I want to start doing at the beginning of every episode is to address comments from the previous episode. So we're gonna look right here, and Becca Rice 7615 says, maybe the people that settled there used to be nomads, and so they named it Nomad Island as a homage to the old lifestyle. I really like that, and I think we're going to make that canon. So, nomads at some point were traveling through the area, and they stopped on this island, and they saw Mother Mountain and decided that they would stay and settle down. I also think it'd be really cool if nomads who were still moving around and traveling knew that they could come to Nomad Island as a place of refuge and shelter and just a guaranteed safe place for the night. So thank you, Becca, for that comment. I love the addition to the lore. It is a huge help. Okay, so in this episode, we are going to hopefully enter the nether. First thing we're going to have to do, of course, is get some diamond tools. We got diamonds at the end of last episode, so that should not be too difficult. And head back into the caves, which have not been the healthiest thing for us, but we'll head down there and we'll get some obsidian. I know where there's some, and then I have a plan for a hut that will house the portal and will be maybe a little more mystical than the rest, and I think that might also be a method of entering the mines. I'm not sure. We might make that a separate hut. That's still to see, but I'm going to catch this next fish, and then I'm going to get our stuff and get it moving. All right, off we go to the mines below Mother Mountain. I definitely want to figure out what we're going to do with Mother Mountain. I want to add probably a little bit of stone right here at some point to kind of even out this second eye hole. It's really distinct and easy to see right there, and then the mouth right there. But I think if we kind of close this gap and even it out, it'll be a little more distinct. I'm thinking about potentially filling it with skulk or some other dark block that will make it pop a little bit more, whether it's day or night. And I'm trying to come up with a good solution to also make it bright in the nighttime. That will probably be daylight sensors and redstone lamps, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. And yeah, unless something interesting happens on the way to lava, I will see you there. All right, we found glow squid. which is pretty cool, especially if it's consistent. We might make a farm down here at some point. I don't see myself needing a whole lot of glow squid, what with this being a single-player world, but even so, could be kind of fun. And right here seems like a really good spot to just collect some obsidian without risking too much. Are those... You gotta be kidding me. More exposed diamonds. This mine is... or this cave, rather, is the best. I am a huge fan so far. Can't get enough. Let's see. How many we got? Oh, it's a good one, too. 3, 4, 5, 6. I was hoping for 7, but hey, you know. 6 is way better than the 0 I was planning on getting. So, that'll get us maybe an axe and an enchanting table. And a shovel. But there we go. Oh, actually, no. That's not the one I want. I wanted to mine over here because I am paranoid after that little creeper incident at the end of last episode. So let's just light this up. And we'll mine over here where they're just as capable of dropping on me. Maybe not. Maybe we'll light this up. Make sure there's nothing poorly lit in the immediate vicinity. Yeah, we should be okay. He said, preparing to die. Wow, this cave system just goes deep. I'm very excited to continue exploring it. Alright, so let's just go ahead and drop a bucket down there to keep us safe. And let's get after this obsidian. Odds are I'm going to see you in a second. This is going to take a minute. Alright. About to have 16 obsidian. And there we go. We are going to head up topside. We got more than enough obsidian, and we got more than enough diamonds. And I'm going to grab this here lapis. Let's go. And I'm going to grab this gold because I'm here. And it's so plentiful. And yeah, I'm going to get the heck out of these mines, and I will see you back topside. Keeping in mind that I died last time I said that. Oh! I make good decisions sometimes, I swear. They just, you know, apparently are never on camera. Alright, I gotta be careful because I have not fully lit up this island, and it is an unfortunate fact that mobs can spawn here, so we gotta make sure there's no creepers hanging about. Alright, we should be good. We should be good. Let's get some sleep. And we'll get started on this next build. Okay. So I have ideas for our next 2 builds. I want to do one hut kind of over here. And I want it to actually kind of be on stilts and partially going out over the water with maybe a hole in the floor of what would be kind of a deck that you can just fish straight down through, or that the nomads could. I don't know if the fishing mechanics will really be kind to that unless I have a hole all the way out, but I think that'd be pretty cool. However, for today, we're going to work on our mystical, our mystical hut. So let's get some oak, and then let's realize that we don't have enough oak, so let's go chop some oak. I'll be right back. A little over a stack, that'll do for now. I don't want to spend all day chopping trees. We will just kind of chop enough to get by until we have some enchanted tools and we can make it worth our while. Another thing I wanted to address from last episode, if anyone thought it was weird that I was taking deep breaths, it's because I have this thing, I'm sure I'm not the only one, where I like to hold my breath when my video game character would be holding his breath. So when I go underwater most of the time, I'm going to go, and then at the very least, I'm going to try not to inhale. So I might talk because I'm not actually underwater, but I can do it without exhaling. So that's that for you. I swear I saw an Enderman a minute ago. Oh, jeez. Okay, whatever. Not worth it. Okay, so one of the things I want to do, like I think I mentioned earlier, is incorporate this tree into the build. So we are going to go ahead and start putting down blocks right here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, make it a little bit of a deeper hut. Hopefully that will allow for this part to shine through a little bit, especially if we make it a little bit of a wider hut. So if we go, that's off by 1. It starts there. There we go. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can make it wider. I want to make this one kind of a decent size. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place. It's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place. All right, we're gonna have to do some funny business with the math here, I think, but we should be able to make it work. In fact, let's go like this, and we'll just... No, this will make it a little more messy and a little more organic, and I really like that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so on that topic, over here, I really, really like this. The way the build is kind of overtaken by the dirt, right? Rather than like we did on this side where I dug out all the earth and made sure the footprint was perfectly, boxed out, and it just looks... I mean, I want it to look man-made, but it doesn't look natural and organic, and like this is how it came to be. And this looks like we just made the frame and it went into the earth, and we made the frame and we went into the earth, and then we just let the ground be. So we're probably actually going to undo this, kind of blend it back in with this grass over here, and I want similar things to happen. So like this went into here, and so this is where all the stairs would be, and then there'd be an upside down stair here, and then this stair would be on top of it, a la this stair. And so from here, we start the stair step up. And, grab some cobblestone. And we are just gonna build this up until we reach the center point. That. Gotta watch out for the leaves. And there we go. Over and up, and there we go. That is the center point, and we will put that piece right there. I don't know if you pay very close attention to the time lapse from last episode, there's a point where you can see me check this cross section 4 or 5 times against this cross section before I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. So this time I just figure we'll get it right on the first try. So it goes upside down stair, cross beam sticking out, and upside down stairs along the cross beam with with upright stairs on top. Fairly easy. And we'll just measure twice, cut once this time. All right, there we go. We run out our cross beam, and we go upside down, and beautiful. How are we going to not take damage? We can get to the water from here, right? Gah! Ha! Yes, we can. Also, I planted some potatoes here. I think they might get kind of destroyed by this building, but I want to have little just aesthetic farms with potatoes and carrots kind of mixed in on the island itself. I think that makes it feel more natural. I also love the idea of the berries just growing on the huts so that the nomads could just grab a snack whenever they're in need. And yeah, we got to figure this out. I'm almost tempted. I think I'm going to build it in... I'm going to build it in reverse, and that will allow me to figure out the slope at the bottom a little bit easier. So let's pillar up here and grab one of these. Okay, so So it would be an upside down stair right there. Then it would be a regular stair right there. Boop. Ouch. Boop. Can I jump? Oh yeah, we can make that. Bam. All right. And let's see. Making a roof in reverse is it's not hard, but it's breaking my brain. Yeah, but I think we got it. Let's chop this pillar down and take a look. What do we got? What do we got? That looks right. Okay, awesome. Finish this up and see how it looks. Upside down sit. See, like I said, breaking my brain. Not hard. I'm just not used to it. So downstairs facing the right direction. That, and then boom. And I think that one is the last. Yes, that is the last of the. Oh, we're gonna have to dig this out just to reach. There we go. Put that back. And then from there, we're just going to. Okay. Now we have a choice to make. If we just go like this, it's a little uneven, but it fits where we want it to. If we want it to that instead be as it should be via the pattern, we'd go like this. And I'm just going to take a look. Oh, I hate that. Okay, yeah, so we're going to go the other way. We might even just terraform some earth up around it. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. We're just going to grab some dirt, and we're going to make this not an issue, because the dirt... Oop, that's granite. Anybody else do that? Grab granite, think you're grabbing dirt? Happens to me a lot, at least. Alright, and yeah, we're just gonna do some quick terraforming. And, let's see. Yeah, I'll finish this up off camera real quick, and I'll cut right back to you guys. Alright, we are pretty much all set here. Just gotta kind of smooth some of this out. Gonna take a while for the grass to grow in, but nope, that looks terrible. But once it does, this'll start to normal out a little bit, and yeah, we'll be all set. All right, so there we go. We get away with a little bit with that running in there, and then this side is going to be completely by the book. So let's get that knocked out real fast. Whoop, grab the middle guy here. See if we can actually remember to put it back one this time. We got that wrong every single time. If you go back and watch the recording, there are so many painful mistakes that I made while I was building that. Luckily, it's all a time lapse, so all of them get washed out quickly, and it looks fine. But even in the time lapse, I don't know if anybody spotted it, but I was kicking myself multiple times. The cursor was showing up, and my hotbar at one point was recorded twice into vaguely different aspect ratios. So it was like there was a second tiny bit of hotbar beneath the hotbar, and it was all skewed and angled. Oh, it was terrible. Go ahead and if you want, you can go back and see how many you can spot. Leave me comments seeing who found what. We'll see who can find the most errors with that mess. But we might not have a fire, or we might angle the fire. That could be kind of, or not angle, but we could put the fire somewhat askew. As long as I'm up here. There we go. And then we'll hop down here. Oh no! Oh no! Never mind. I knew we'd make it the whole time. We're good. Nothing to fear. Right, let's get this wrapped up, and I'll cut right back to you guys. So, remember all my big talk about actually getting the placement of things right? You know, look at me. I got the pillar right. I'm so off by a block somewhere else. I need to just shut my mouth and not talk. This whole stretch needs to go here. Which means I need all this dirt to go there. Which means I need to clean this up, but that's not what you're here for. So we will take care of that at a later date. And now I get to tear all this down, do it again, and try and decide if I'm going to include this clip at all, or if I'm just going to not. All right, we got this big hut filled in. The only thing is, because I'm going to be hiding the nether portal in here, I actually don't want this to be open air. I don't want it to go through like both these huts. I want it to be closed on one side. So we're going to have to put a third kind of pillar type structure in the back and see if we can't close it out. All right, there we go. And we will just fill these corners in with dirt, and that should work perfectly. Okay, so one thing I noticed when I was looking over the huts we made in the last episodes is that while I like the dirt being kind of scattered in with the mud, it doesn't actually make a ton of sense, right? Because mud is just dirt that is wet, and so why is it randomly wet and dry throughout, just for the sake of texture? So what I'm hoping to do is kind of do more of a gradient type thing, and so we're going to start with mud on the bottom where we're close to the water sources, and then we are going to kind of switch up from there to dirt, and from dirt we're going to switch probably to packed mud, which I think looks, I don't know if in real life it is or it isn't, but at least for how it appears, I think to me it looks drier. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it looks that way to me. It looks less wet than dirt, and so we'll do a little of each, and then we'll go through afterwards and we will kind of what have we done? Okay. We will kind of blend them together, and hopefully that'll still look good, but in a way that just makes a little more sense. So I'm going to keep going on this, and we will see you when this roof is finished. Okay, we're going to need to make a mud converter as soon as is humanly possible, because digging it up and doing it all in the river is absolutely miserable. And if any technology makes sense for the Nomad group, it's a mud converter. Obviously not, but we can do a build. I've been thinking about making a mud pit where they can go to get mud. I think that'd be cool and be kind of fun to do a build that's entirely nature-based. I haven't done a ton of that, and it'd be fun to try out. Oh, hello. Let's go ahead and never mind. And yeah, and that can be, where they're getting the mud, and we can use it to hide the genius. Okay. We can use that to hide the mud converter, and ooh, he's just flying all over the place, isn't he? Not even hostile, but he wants to be. But yeah, especially because if we're going to be using packed mud on top of regular mud, we're going to need all the help we can get. And so that seems like something that should be fairly high on the to-do list. All right, I'm going to go grab some wheat, and we'll turn this into packed mud and finish up the hut. All right, so we got a stack and 9 packed mud, and hopefully this will all work out as planned. All right, so we'll go pack mud, pack mud, pack mud. go. And we come down here. And yeah, I think the colors are all right. You can kind of see how it is drying off the more up in the air and farther away from moisture it is. And we will go through and we will, I forget the name. There is a technique in, oh no, I don't have, I turned all my mud into packed. All right, I'm gonna go turn some of this. I'm gonna go turn some of this dirt into mud, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna break my shovel in the process. Ugh, I'm so annoyed. I'll be right back. Okay, we have dirt again. So I forget what the technique is called, but there's a technique in pixel art where, to avoid these sharp lines, you blend the two layers together. So you start by bringing in, right, a thick layer, a layer that's mostly one or the other, and then on the layer below, kind of on an offset, you do a little bit of, there we go, if that makes sense. So you get this nice effect where it appears to gradually go from mud to dirt, and then we should also have in this top layer just a tiny bit of mud scattered through. Almost none, but a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing here where we go a little bit of packed dirt, or packed mud, excuse me. Not a ton, just a little bit. And then even less on the layer below. And then we do just a tiny bit speckled in up here. And maybe just one or two on this top layer. This will do two things. One, this should make the blend substantially smoother. And it still gives us that blended effect while being a little more realistic. This is way too symmetrical. We need to fix that. There we go. Nice, natural, easy blend. B-dubs would be proud. Or at the very least, almost content. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll show it off. Alright, if you're anything like me, when you heard me say, we're going to incorporate this tree into the build, you thought, man, that'll be really cool. I'm here to tell you something. It was a terrible idea. We are going to build a custom tree coming out of it, but my goodness, this thing is gigantic and in the way, and this was just a mistake. Huh. All right. The hut exterior is just about finished. Yeah, we got both sides blended into each other. Pretty happy with it. We're gonna need to fix that tree probably, but we still have to blend in some dirt over here. Kind of make that transition a little easier. But overall, I'm fairly happy with what we got. Mud there, bring some dirt there. Bring some dirt there. Bring some dirt there. Some mud there. And then immediately change your mind. Place it with packed mud. Just for fun. Not really just for fun, but just so we can have some kind of grass up top. There we go. I think we could run a little more dirt through the middle here, actually. Maybe one like there. And there. Yeah, this side is all mud. That piece doesn't even need to be there. That'll just There we go. Just a natural slope up. We'll really go heavy on the greenery on the side. But the outside is just about done, and we can get to the inside. We are going to want to... We're going to want to make a shovel. Let's go grab a diamond and make ourselves a diamond shovel. But this will allow us to start excavating out this hut. So I took this idea from an old build I did a long time ago. It was just a medieval city. The idea was to essentially have a small stall. It was just a little overhang along the outskirt of the city wall, very similar to the stable overhang. And I had some vines hanging down and lots of mushrooms, and the whole thing just had a nice mystical vibe to it. And we put the nether portal, there we go, at the very back. And so what I want to do is to make a staircase going down into the earth a little bit, and to have our nether portal kept down in this little sub-basement that we're going to build. So I'm going to excavate this out, and I'll get right back with you guys. All right, it is all excavated, and I forgot stairs. Up, 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 up. So I think what we're going to do is make a little 3x3 nether portal right here. And oop, there we go. I'm going to get rid of this. And it's going to take forever. All right. There we go. So we got a little nether portal right down here. I think it would look better. I really, really hate to, believe me, I hate to say this so much. I think it would actually look better if we pushed it back one. So I'm going to excavate that. And we're going to dig this hole out. And then we're going to dig up this whole nether portal, move it back one. And that'll also give us the ability to kind of hide it a little more and even out the slope so that it's a bit more natural. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mine obsidian again, and I will cut back to you when it's done. Alrighty. We're going to have a little bit of work to do. Still, I think we want to texture in like that, kind of start blending this in, making it look maybe a bit more like a natural cave that we discovered. We might even make that out of stone. Did I save? Oh, thank goodness. Saved a little bit of flint. So let's make a piece of flint and steel, get that lit, and the interior of this build will be taken care of. Now, something I'm not good at yet, something else I'm not good at yet, one of the many things I'm still learning, is kind of having an internal clock for an episode. I have no idea at this point if I've gone way over or if I still have lots of time. So I don't know if I will see you again. Let me rephrase. I will definitely see you again. Whether or not my seeing you again will be an outro or one more chunk of episode is yet to be determined. I think I'm going to have to call it for the night because I have to go do the top podcast soon. If you don't know, you will one day. I will put a link to the description in that, and yeah, you can come check that out if you want. But either way, I'm going to have to take a break, but I will come back eventually, and we will get this either wrapped up or carried on. Well, guys, turns out my internal clock is actually pretty fantastic. We are exactly out of time, but we were able to get the new hut all set up this episode and figured out the new detailing, which is pretty awesome. And next episode, we'll throw some plants on there, and most importantly, hit the nether. I'm just going to keep fishing for a while, and you guys have an awesome day. Peace. Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Whoa, something Mary Tyler Moore. Do 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 do. I don't care about that.